Hey guys, welcome to the SimRacingPaddock. I'm William Marsh, and we are going to be test driving the Forza Horizon 4 demo. And I think this was just released either yesterday or 2 days ago, so I have not tested this out yet. I tested to just make sure the game launches, and unfortunately, I did find out that this does not work with my open sim wheel, and I was having a bit of a hard time getting my Heusinkveld pedals to work, so we are busting out the Xbox controller. I'm going to do my first impressions on Forza Horizon 4 on the PC with my Xbox controller plugged into my computer, and we will see how that goes. At a later date, I'm going to likely bust out one of my other rigs and try it either with a Thrustmaster or Fanatic wheel, or maybe both, to see how this performs, how it feels. So I am pretty excited to test this out. I did a little bit of driving in Forza Horizon 3, but honestly, I was finding it was easier to play it on the Xbox than the PC. PC version seemed a little unoptimized in my opinion. It felt like it was stuttering at times, it was crashing. So yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of Forza Horizon 3 on PC. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping for better performance in Forza Horizon 4. So without further ado, let's get started. Also, one thing you'll notice is when I have game capture or display capture turned off, you will see the SimRacingPaddock logo in the background. I wanted a little more activity, so now we will see that Forza Horizon 4 will launch. One thing I'm noticing is it says, "Thank you for installing Forza Horizon 4. We're sorry, but you're currently unable to launch the game due to the following. Please update your graphics driver." And I'm just going to ignore and continue. So far, I've had no issue with that so far. So I'm happy with that. So we will turn off display capture, turn on game capture, and it should fire up. Yes, it is. And Dragon Model, thanks for showing. Yep, I'm glad to. Aaron, I just totally see the irony of you talking good about a Microsoft title, and you have the PlayStation icon as your image. And Anthony, hey, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in here recently. But yeah, like someone close by watching. So Forza Horizon 4. Oh man, that McLaren Senna. It looks pretty beautiful. I gotta say, it might be an acquired taste for some, but I'd say maybe if they got rid of that rear wing and did something like a splitter. But yeah, I'd say the Senna looks like a beautiful car in my opinion. I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think? By the way, if you want to add me on Xbox Live, you can see my username and description, BlazingGlory53. You can find that. Looks like it's recognizing my Xbox controller just fine. And on the preset for the setup, it actually had me video settings set to Ultra. So that's nice. My 1080 feels pretty smooth. So pro tip, demo resets if you exit out of the game. Amazing demo, by the way. That's good to hear. So, looks like everything is working for once. That's pretty nice to see. So, we will continue, and I wonder if this will throw me into the main race again, because I didn't finish the main race when I was first testing. So, yeah. I'm excited, though. One of the complaints I did have, though, was Forza Horizon 3 was kind of boring compared to Forza Horizon 2. Forza Horizon 2 had a little more of an energetic landscape to it. The map was a little more memorable. Forza Horizon 3, located in Australia, just felt a little boring in comparison. So I'm hoping that the British environment, so the UK, will be a little more exciting. So we'll see how this is, and yeah. And okay, we just had our first crash. The game just crashed. So, let's fire up display capture again. Off to a great start, guys, right? Okay, so let's try this again. Come on. So, I'll enter to get full screen. Never a dull moment, though. And of course, it's not allowing me to skip the entry-level cutscenes. Yep, crash count 1. I wouldn't call the Cotswold exciting. Mike Wazowski. That is a dangerously close screen name to Mike Wazowski. Or Mike Wazowski. This game will probably run better on Xbox. Honestly, that I feel will likely be the case. I have an Xbox One S. If you watch that video where I won the Xbox at a Forza Motorsport event in a raffle, that was pretty cool. Dragon Model, you have a white GTI as well. Nice. An automatic with, I believe it's the DSG gearbox. DSG is that, what they call it. Direct sequential gearbox or something like that. There we go. We're good. Opening cutscene. Beautiful rendering, though. I will say that. I just realized you're not getting any sound. Sorry about that. Let's fix that. Come on. Check, check, check. That looks pretty good. There we go. We're launched in the race. And that just paused me. What the heck? Okay, so something happened. Oh, I think I know what happened. So when I clicked outside of the window to actually adjust my sound levels, that is when it actually kicked me out. So, okay, that's cool to see at least. So, there we go. Now we're in. Let's turn off some of these assists, though. Difficulty. I'll keep ABS on. Steering. We'll try simulation. We'll see how that is. Manual, shifting, driving line. I'll do braking only for now. We'll see how that is. Okay. A little energetic. You can see just the debris particle effects and everything. Looks so awesome. The leaves flying, so it obviously fall. RB to shift the camera. Very snappy steering. I have to get used to gamepad. I haven't driven with a gamepad steering in months. But yeah, it looks pretty good. As I mentioned, my setup is on Ultra. Looks like a puddle here. Whoa! What the heck? Those are sheep! Okay. Very, very alive world. But yeah, I guess you can shear sheep in this game. You can see the waterfall in the distance. Which, okay, so now we're in winter. And that waterfall we just saw froze over. I'm in uncharted territory right now, but so far this looks pretty fun. So it looks like it's going to throw us into an off-road car. Song of Ice and Tires. That's a funny pun. I'll give my approval. Because you know I'm the lame pun master, guys. Song in Ice and Tires. Fireworks in the air. Okay, so this is the close-up camera. They brought that over from Forza Motorsport 7, I believe. That was the first title to have that camera. We have the hood cam, which looks pretty awesome. Look at the reflections off the hood of this Rockstar truck. Looks pretty nice. So A is the E-brake button. I think that's the same as in the Forza Motorsport and other Horizon titles. You can see the treads being laid in the snow. I'm guessing those don't last a while, because this wouldn't have like a dynamic track or anything like that. Oh, we just took out that wall, and that wall really breaks up. And took out the light generator, but the light is still up. That's unrealistic. Okay, there's the finish. I wonder if we can ride on that merry-go-round. Or not merry-go-round, Ferris wheel. And now it's in spring. Hey, Rashid, there's the rain for you. You asked for rain, there's rain. And there's a rally car. And that's a dirt bike. I guess we're not allowed to ride the dirt bike, though. So you can see the fans in the back of the car kicking up. You can see the wipers. Let's see the interior.
Did we just lose yellow?
So yeah, these aren't the best raindrops I've seen, but they work well. I mean, considering this is likely 60 frames per second. Drive Club had some of the best rain effects, but the problem was that... Whoa, that was cool first. The problem was Drive Club was only 30 frames per second. This is a full 60, and right now the frame rate seems rock solid, which is nice. Rock solid frame rate, performs well. Big air.
Hey Blue, thread the needle with me.
But yeah, physics feel pretty good. They're believable, at least for gamepad driving. Very snappy though, very snappy, so I'd wonder if there's a way to dull the gamepad feeling.
Red's down.
Red's down. Okay.
Looks like I'm the only one left.
Whoa! Ah, big spin. Okay, we'll rewind a bit. Let's see if we can catch a slide. Well, that didn't work out well, I think. Now we're in summer. So this will likely put us in vintage cars. Okay. Or, nope, it's going to put us in the Beamer. It would have been nice to see us in the classic car, but... Oh, we're back in the Senna. Okay. So we're at 180 miles an hour, aka 300 kilometers an hour. Oh, that was close. Passing the Bugatti down low. I always love the look of like British UK architecture. You don't really get much of that in the Western United States around here. Okay. That was a little sketchy. Oh wait, they released a Pro update for Drive Club? I'll have to check that out, because I have a PS4 Pro. Whoops. Oh man, I'm not used to playing with the gamepad.
Watching this. Look at that Senna go. I mean, the car, sure, but someone's got to be handling that thing.
Well, I just passed a Volkswagen. Yeah. Volkswagen in this is no contest. You win a Horizon T. Okay. Is that really it? Okay, so it looks like that's the main race, and then I guess you can press X to continue the demo. Let's hope that it allows you to maybe do free roam or something. Yeah, it looks like it'll allow you to do free roam. Maybe you get to select your car to drive around or something like that. Because that one race, that does not give you enough. I'll say that.
Quite a show. I try my best. Is everyone here?
Will an OSW even work on this game? I'm not sure. I know there might be a software modification that you can get that can make it work. So, yeah, there might be a chance. But not out of box. I haven't been able to get it out of box to work. I could get it to recognize steering input, but didn't get any force feedback or anything. So interesting variety of characters. Hopefully in the full game there would be more. Or maybe like person customization. Yeah, just barely enough. So let's just go generic. Character can be changed at any time. They need a bald guy for Jimmy Broadbent, or not Jimmy, Gamer Muscle, myself, Sean Cole. They need to represent the bald crowd.
This one might have a real chance of taking a spot on the roster. Rebecca's one of our former champions.
This still has better animations than F1 2018.
Excited? I remember my first day at Horizon. It's all pretty
It really
surreal.
does have better animations than F1 2018.
Good luck.
Is the demo wheel compatible? It is, but not with the OSW or Heusinkveld pedals from what I found. Later on, I will test out the demo maybe with a wheel. So, Ford Focus RS, Audi TTS Coupe, or the Dodge Charger RT. I think I'm going to go with the Focus. This is one I've wanted to try in real life. I've tested out the Ford Focus ST. If you guys followed the channel, I own a 2013 Volkswagen GTI, which I love. One of my friends said he might buy a Focus RS in the United... Alright, he said he wants to buy one, but now that it's going to be discontinued, we'll see what happens. So... HIJKLMP. View... let's see. L. I should have gone the other direction. A. Well, at least with me being 7 letters, I can fit my name in. And then I'll just go with blue. But yeah, it's sad seeing what Ford is doing. The Ford Focus is a pretty good small car, and I don't see any reason why it should be discontinued.
I expect you'll want to get a feel for
Personally.
your new car. So I've signed you up to some events to get you started. See you
So,
there.
what I actually think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the FAR event first. So we can actually get a feel for this car.
Turn left.
The modeling looks okay. You can see the speedometer. What's interesting is this is an American car. The other car was a European car, was in kilometers an hour. This is in miles an hour on the display now. So that's interesting. It's a shame you can't set it to your preferred speed unit on the car display. Well, those cars got a little bunched up. Shades of Assetto Corsa Competizione, I guess. Man, that scenery looks awesome, though. Power slide drift. Okay, that was a little too snappy. And we are in a tree. Whoops. Yeah, downhill routes are dangerous. Let's steer left. And we dodged the tree this time. Let's dodge the houses.
Turn left.
Well, we have a rock on our hood now. Slide that off.
Turn right.
Logan, yes it does.
In 400 yards.
I like this camera though. It gives you, I think, a better field of view and honestly maybe even a better sensation of speed.
In 200 yards.
And we are definitely breaking these walls down. Let's hope that this British town has car insurance policy for these walls. Because I always hear that joke. What if... Alright, do towns have superhero insurance? Well, do British towns have Horizon insurance? Because it seems like they might need it.
Welcome to the Horizon Road Racing Series. Perform here and you'll be invited to more events.
Okay.
Perform there.
So this is sort of the
Someday, who
basic
knows? I might
entry
find space for you on the
setting. I want to check something though. I want to go into options, control settings, advanced, and steering linearity. I want to turn down the linearity a bit. So we'll see how that feels. Turn down the dead zone a bit. We'll see how that is. Because I want it to be a little more responsive, but at the same time, a little dampened. That 10% dead zone might be a little much. So we'll see how this is. So difficulty settings, let's take a look. Average, drive to hard difficulty, sure, why not? Simulation steering, we'll see how that feels in the race. So yeah, it should be fun. If I can find Gamer Muscle's house. Do they have trailer parks in Horizon? Oh, Darren Ganji, just passed him. It's kind of funny because from my days back in ISR, I added him on Xbox Live and I just never bothered to unadd him. So whenever I'm driving in Forza, I will see his name pop up and I just feel a little sense of accomplishment when I pass him. THX 5150. That is one of my friends, Michael. He used to work at a local Star Wars museum that's in my hometown. And he actually just recently moved to Texas. But yeah, he is a huge Star Wars nut. Fun fact. Simulation steering might be for wheels. Yeah, but it works okay for gamepads. But yeah, the steering of this feels a lot better now. Drift tap, you get points for that. That's funny. You get points for failing at drifting. Okay. Yeah, steering feels so much better right now. Yeah, drive hard usually is a bit of a mixed bag, but I mean, I'd say it works a little more often than not at least, so it works all right. So we're 75% done. Drift tap, 1,000 points. That just cracks me up. After this race, I will turn to normal steering and see what the differences are. But yeah, steering feels a lot better now, in my opinion. I wish when you brought the right stick back to look back, it showed the back of the car, though. That would have been cool to see. Because sometimes cars do have good rear windshields or the sports cars, things like that. So I would have liked to see an option like that. But yeah, so far, pretty good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Feels pretty decent. All right, Rashid, you have a good night, man. Gotta love my Xbox Live avatar. Looks relatively like me, all things considered. Maybe once I lose like 20 pounds or so. But yeah, had a good, fun 8-mile bike ride before doing this live stream while I waited for Horizon 4 to download on my system. So yeah, if you have Windows 10, I might recommend you check out this demo. It's about, I think it was 40 gigabytes, roughly 40 gigabytes for this demo, and so far I'm enjoying it. It's pretty fun.
You really are the image of Frankie Beaumont. Sorry, Joel Carter.
Hey, Zelrak, how's it going, man?
Now, do I have an opportunity for you? There's a movie shooting nearby that's in need of a stunt driver. Short notice, I know, but what do you say?
Meet me here ASAP.
Stunt
and
driver.
I'll introduce you to Mike Steele. He's a stunt coordinator for the movie.
Why not? So it looks like there are a decent variety of events here.
Hey, rookie.
No,
Your
key,
radio
4T,
should have
40,
presets
I
for
think.
resident Horizon stations. Horizon Pulse, Horizon Base Arena,
Or I think it was like
Horizon Block
4T.
Party, and
Or
Horizon
like,
XM.
it was either 20 or
Which one takes
40
your
or something
fancy?
like that. We missed the turn. Oh yeah, I said I was going to switch to the simulation. And then there's drone mode on this, so I'm wondering what that is. So normal steering, save and continue. So let's take a look. Drone mode. Is this like the camera mode? Nope, you can just fly a drone. Okay. Let's look inside the car. Well, he's just grabbing the steering wheel. He's not using a remote controller or anything like that. But it's interesting. So, turbo. So this is interesting. You get to explore the scenery a bit. This is based in the UK. Based in UK, different areas, I guess. But look on the bright side. You don't have to worry about the drone battery running out. My friend, he has a couple drones, and he says the battery runs out all the time. Yeah, this is cool. You get to see the different scenery. Hide the UI, and you can just fly and go. Almost better handling than the cars. But this would be cool for like ambient scenery shots. So like if you think about those tourist footage, so yeah, this is pretty cool. But hey, you're not watching this stream to watch me fly a drone. You're watching this stream to see me drive some cars. So we will back out of this. So this is Ashbrook. I don't know where that is in the UK or in a different UK province, but yeah, so. Turn around when it's safe to do so. But yeah, I can imagine like people doing live stream broadcasts, streaming events with the drones or something like that. That felt legitimately fun though. They put in a physics model for the drones, I could tell, where it's actually it feels like you flying a drone. I've flown a couple drones and it felt a little like actually flying a drone. It was pretty cool. So yeah, pretty fun. If I remember correctly, I'm not 100% sure, but Team Crash 23, I think that might be Crash from RTA Motorsports. If you haven't checked out his channel, I recommend you do so. He has some cool footage. He does live streams with the Oculus Rift and his motion rig. Also, he lives about 2 hours from me, so sometime him and I might meet up and do a collaboration video. Oh, and here's Sean Cole from the Sim Pit.
We have new friends to welcome to the festival. Hello, friends. Now, how about this beautiful weather we're having this summer?
Dragon model. I'm guessing like gas would work and then brake. I don't know if you could really fly clutch too well. VR support, I find it unlikely. I don't think there's been any VR support announced for Forza Horizon 4. I would be surprised if they announced it. I wouldn't mind, but I would not hold your breath. Because, yeah, I don't see this getting VR.
Future star of the silver screen.
Yeah, the drone is perfect for gamepad. I will say that.
They're like twins.
You'll do.
That's funny.
Mike Steele, by the
Proper
way.
triple screen support. I haven't heard anything regarding that. I'll try it out later. I have my GT Omega Art to my right, and I am going to try to finish building that soon. So we will work on that. So race to the destination. So we're in a Bugatti now. Let's take a look at this thing. So you can see the wing kick up. And then the wing drops down when you are at over 150 miles an hour. And whoa, whoa, whoa! Look at the physics of that wall, though. Not a scratch on the front. Not realistic. So yeah, driving with this. Oh, I just realized we're on a timer. So yeah, I think we go above 70. Yeah, about 70 miles an hour, the rear wing kicks up. And then around 120, 130, the wing drops down again. Okay, that's going to cause some damage. Yep, a little scratchy. Well, we made it. A little scratch.
Right, let's get everything set up.
The Hot Wheels DLC is freaking awesome. I loved that Hot Wheels DLC. I forget if I did a video about it, but that Hot Wheels DLC was so much fun. Okay, let's see how this goes.
Remember to breathe, kid. Just don't let it get away from you. I'll talk you through it. You'll be fine.
I should have been paying attention to what he was saying. Jump further than the target distance. Okay.
Hook it left, but keep your foot down.
Oh, wow.
Shoot vehicle.
That's a jet. Okay.
Yeah, the baddie's in a jet plane. So what? You just keep that needle in the red. Maybe do some evasive maneuvers.
Oh, little scuff there, I think. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's one of the things I like about the Horizon series. It produces memorable moments, I think.
It's all good stuff. Don't relax, kid. We're not done. Keep it loose and fast up the hill, then back down. Still got the jump to do.
Oh, that's close to the wall.
The road's blocked off ahead, so you're gonna cut across the field.
And yeah, I know this isn't simulation. I know people will criticize that, but that's not the goal. The goal is this, to have a really fun time. And the Horizon games, they generally do a great job with that. So we're about to fly. Oh, snap. Oh my gosh, that is a massive jump.
And that is a wrap, everyone.
Oh, that was fun.
You survived. Reckon you can do that again? I'll give you another.
But yeah,
casting.
sometimes this is just fun to unwind, I'll call it. Like, just unwind, drive, goof off, have a fun time. And yeah, this is pretty cool. So far, so good. I mean, this is still the demo. I believe the game comes out in October or something like that. And yeah, so one thing I'm noticing is rock solid frame rate. Rock solid frame rate. I'm at like 1080p, but everything is on ultra.
Make sure you save time to take part in the autumn season when you're rich and famous.
So now we're back in the Focus RS.
Hello, I'm Anna.
May just be the worst accent I've ever heard.
Navigation assistant. I'll help you explore the festival and find activities throughout the UK.
So down to Ask Anna. I need influence.
I have set your route to a new race in the Horizon Road Racing series.
The question is Anna a bad influence? We will find out. But yeah, this graphically looks good. I mean, sure, there's the popping and stuff, but I'm willing to forgive that because this is a massive open world game. For a title like, if Assetto Corsa Competizione as a completed title had this issue, then I would be a little miffed. But yeah, this is a lot of fun so far. I'm really enjoying it. It seems like a blast to drive. And yeah, I'm liking the feeling of this Ford Focus RS. I did turn on the sensitivity, the steering rate in the gamepad because it felt a little too snappy for my liking. But I think, yeah, once you get the controller settings dialed in, this is a blast. And I really liked that drone mode. That's still resonating well with me. I think it would have been fun to be able to fly a little more off the roads. That would have been a little more fun. And I just head on, apply directly to the forehead. My bad. But yeah, the drone is pretty awesome. Turn right off the cliff.
You have arrived at your destination.
And oh, that's cool. That's a drag strip. My car's a little damaged, but I have it set to cosmetic only. So let's do a quick run down the drag strip. I think that's good. Nice launch. Well, that's pretty cool. I wonder if they do have drag races in Horizon. That'd be cool to see. I don't see where the start-finish line is, though. Or the finish line for the drag strip. Power slide. Ow. I couldn't get the wheel working, Eddie. I couldn't get the open sim wheel and the pedals working properly. So later on, I'm going to try a stream with the wheel. And I have my GT Omega Art cockpit next to me. So I might need to bust that out again and do a stream. So yeah, it's unfortunate I couldn't get the OSW working for now. But it's life. RS Drift Mode. AKA Wreck Mode. Not even a counter. Okay. I would have liked to see a countdown for the race start. But yeah, I'm being a little nitpicky now. Because that can easily catch you off guard, I think. 3 wide in the corner. Hot hatch battle. I mean, where the heck's the Volkswagen representation, guys? We have Ford. We have Honda, I believe. That's the Honda Civic Type R ahead. Where's the Volkswagen Golf Type R or GTI? GTI wouldn't really compete well in this class. But where the heck's the Volkswagen GTI? Come on. Hey, Raging Beard, how's it going? We'll go to this close-up angle again. I think that works well, and wow, THX, or no, that wasn't THX, someone else was really slideways. But yeah, Volkswagen Golf Type R. That would be my first car if I had a choice in this game. But I mean, Ford Focus RS, decent second. Yeah, I don't think it's unreasonable to ask for a start timer. Yes, Raging Beard, controller, as mentioned in the description, I couldn't get it working with my OSW. So, yeah. Later on, I'll try doing a stream. I'll try doing a live stream with maybe my Thrustmaster TGT on my GT Omega Art rig or something like that. Like, wait, there were no Toyotas in Forza 7? Okay. I finished! First place. Okay. So yeah, let's see. Ford Focus, Mercedes-Benz A45, Honda Civic, Renault Megane, or is it Megane or Megane? I don't know. Audi RS3, so there's Audi, so that's part of Volkswagen Auto Group. Vauxhall Astra. But look, Sean Cole finished ahead of Darren. Interesting. Sean is a pretty good driver, at least. He really is. One thing I'll mention is I know the presentation of this game could be mixed taste or mixed variety, so I think it works pretty well. I like the presentation. It really does a decent job of just showing you.
Can you amuse yourself until then? You've caught the eye of Alex, one of our Horizon superstars. He's looking for new racers to take part in the dirt racing series.
Okay, dirt racing series. Let's take a look. Question is, will it put me in this Ford Focus RS or have me pick a different car? Because this is a good car for off-roading. But yeah, let's go to the right. Check this out. Check how deep the water is. I like... Oh, that's too deep. Okay. Whoa! Okay. I guess it ghosts you for a few seconds, which is nice, or else I would have been dead. Let's check out the different music stations. So, Bass Arena, Block Party, XS, the Alt Rock. Let's hope I don't get hit with a copyright claim because of this. Wait, am I going the wrong way? No, there's the event. Oh, wait. World map. Yes, I am driving the wrong way. My bad.
XS, which is the rock station, apparently. I wasn't going to do it, you know. I think rock music peaked in about 1992, but they gave me a dead good car to get to work in. And
oh, that's...
morning I got passed by a
oh, the clever DJs.
So, you know, I think this could
But clever British DJs, someone just seems off with that. Team Crash 23. Near miss. I'll just crack up though if Team Crash 23 is not Crash from RTA Motorsports and I was just plugging him for no reason. Hey, he has a good channel, so again, check him out sometime. Little wide. Make sure not to hit that car. But man, a lot of hot air balloons right there. It's funny though, because sometimes there are hot air balloon tours near where I live. So I'll just see random hot air balloons in the air. This is the dirt racing. We'll see how this is. Huh. Raging me out. That's weird. So, dirt racing series. We'll see how this goes. Ooh. Oh, those are some nice cars.
Ah, it's you. I heard about the stunts you pulled for Joel. You know how to drive, don't you? Sorry, I'm Alex. I run dirt racing for the festival. Speaking of which, you'll need a car that can handle the dirt.
Raging Beard, that would be so intense. So, we have the Ford Escort RS Cosworth, the Subaru WRX STI, or the Lancia 037 Stradale. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by its toe. If it hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I know that's a creative method to select a car.
One of the best out there. Built and tested on the local roads of Essex, wouldn't you believe?
So let's see how this is. We'll have some fun. And then we can see if we can try out other cars in this same race. Yeah, it's fun to go old school at times. The detail in the model's pretty awesome, though.
Okay, first dirt race coming right up.
So let's look at the tuning setting first. So we have the tire pressures, gear ratio, alignment, anti-roll bars, springs, damping, aerodynamics, brake, and differential. So seems largely the same as I think Forza Horizon 3 was, but it's been a while since I drove Horizon 3, so I could be off. Ready, get ready, go. They need a timer. They need a countdown timer. Because I think it would be so easy to get caught off guard. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing a Celica in this race. Barely made that checkpoint. Whoops, little bump. Well, hey, Rubbin's racing. Little too much slide there. This is a 3-lap event, so just keep our car going in the right way. So that's the first lap done. Big jump. Little bump and run? I think so. Let's try not to spin the car again. Fun fact, I've actually owned a Peugeot, but not in the way that you might think. I actually owned a Peugeot bicycle. A couple years ago, had this old 40-year-old Peugeot road bike that I used to ride the heck out of. I want to say the longest ride I ever had on that bike was roughly 30 miles. And then one of my friends who was a professional cyclist, he was like, "Will, I gotta tell you, you should not be riding that bike anymore. It's way too big for you." It was a bike that was intended for someone about 6'2". I'm about 5'6". And my friend, he was genuinely concerned for me because if you keep on riding a bike that's too big for you, you could damage your knees. So he helped me get into a new bike. Funnily enough, 2 weeks after I got that new bike, I busted up my face pretty bad in a cycling accident. Grabbed the front brake accidentally too hard. Really did a great job of stopping the bike, and I flew over the handlebars. Boom! Face first in the street. But hey, starting to get back into bike riding again, and yeah, so yeah, make sure if you do cycling, you pick a bike that is a good size for you, and also make sure to not hit the brakes too hard. But yeah, so that is the only Peugeot I've ever owned in my life, and it's interesting because you don't see Peugeot cars around the United States much, but I've had a Peugeot bike. Boom! And that's the end of the race, and we win.
Yes.
By a good 5 seconds.
How do you feel?
So we might want to turn up the difficulty a bit. We might want to keep that in mind. French bikes are dangerous. That they are. Hey, it's my twin! It's my clone! That's why they need more people in this race. They need more people.
I think you could go far in my dirt racing series. Perform like that again and you might just make it into round 2.
Level 2. We have
Looks like you've nearly
progressed.
qualified for the autumn season. And remember, the more driving you do, the more you'll build your influence.
Okay, so
I'm hearing good things about you. Oh, sorry.
Is that drag
my name's
race?
Jay. I might have something that'll interest you. There's a street race meetup. And I
oh, it
think you
might
should
be
check it out.
head-to-head race.
See you there?
So that's Botham Gate. That's what they're calling it. Why not? Let's take a look.
200 yards. Turn left.
So, okay. We're actually in this car now.
Left.
So we actually selected car. Nice detail to the car. Feels almost a little oversaturated in my opinion. That's the word I'm looking for. Oversaturated colors, but that's almost a little bit of a trait with Forza games in my opinion. Details just might be a little oversaturated. Things might look a little too rounded or a little too shiny. I mean, it still looks good. Driving past these cars, you see the headlights just reflecting off the bodywork. How do you oversaturate white? Well, there might be a way. But also, I'm just talking about in general. I mean, man, this destruction. Oh, Ian. RAR Chaved. Cool to see you in here. Been a while. How have you been, man?
Turn right.
Whoa, Nelly. Well, I am not paying for that tree. We got to get out of here. But look at the shadows reflecting off the branches. Or not reflecting off.
You have arrived at your destination.
Hold on a second. Okay. So, we are doing another race. I feel for the landscaping crews. Sounds about right. So, GTR against Volkswagen. Interesting toss-up, but that race car might have a chance.
You made it. I'm Jay, by the way. Alex wouldn't shut up about you, you know. If you drive half as well as he says you can, these guys will love you. Oh, before we start, you've got to know this isn't strictly sanctioned by the festival. So don't mention this to Kira, all right?
Illegal street racing.
Go. Work to do. See you around though,
Viper
yeah?
versus Porsche GT4.
You keep coming to these meets. I'll make
Interesting
sure
balance.
everyone at Horizon knows your
But
name.
we'll see who races against me.
Looking forward to
So
seeing what
starting
you can do out there.
grid.
Have fun now,
Oh,
yeah?
okay. So this is just a variety. But okay, so we're getting. Oh shoot! Just dropped the controller. We're getting paired up against a Pagani Huayra, which is also against a Chevy Camaro, AMG GTR, Lamborghini Murcielago, Ford Fiesta Rallycross, and I'm just stuck in a lowly Ford Escort. This is just so absurd in my opinion. But hey, I guess they make it work. But yeah, they need a countdown timer. That gave me almost no time. That really didn't give me any time. But yeah, I'm having fun with this game. And yes, it is a total game. It's not striving for like ultimate realism or anything, but hey, we're having fun. And it does seem like an improvement over Horizon 3. This just does seem fun. And sometimes we just need a little more fun in our lives, right? Sometimes we just need to blow through a brick wall and just go toe-to-toe with a Pagani Huayra. Sometimes you just gotta ask, why or not? Sometimes you just want to go headfirst into the rear. Oh, whoops. Missed the checkpoint. Sometimes you just want to go headfirst into the rear bumper of a Nissan GTR with reckless abandon. Yep, I just came in like a wrecking ball. There we go. Danger Man 100, one of my best friends, AJ. And passing him for the lead, so yep, pretty awesome. Halfway through this race. Little power slide. Drift through the corner. Dodge those 3 cars. Awesome E-drift. Yes, it is. So I wonder, what are the odds that I get hit with a copyright claim because of all this actually big name song? Because this is a Foo Fighters song. I could reasonably expect a copyright claim or something like that. Unless Microsoft, they pulled some strings. And we just spun way too hard. We will see if we can catch up, though. But yeah, this is the real fence wrecking simulator. Monkey Cool, this is the Ford Escort RS. Ford Escort RS rally car. We'll do a chase cam right now. Looks like we're not gonna catch him. No! Dang it. Come on. Team crash. We're gonna try that again. We'll be a little more serious this time. Little more serious. Todd. That reminds me, there was this YouTube channel I used to really like. It was 24 Camshaft 24. He had some cool sim racing videos and other material and things like that. And then he became a bit of a NASCAR commentary channel and sort of dropped off the map. But yeah, he had some cool videos. Old NR 2003 videos to old like punk rock songs. It was pretty fun. I think he had like 3 music videos set to the tune of Red Jumpsuit Apparatus, which was pretty funny. But hey, it was sort of how I got into that band, which was pretty cool. Let's pass this Viper on the outside. Get the good run off. There we go. But yeah, it's kind of fun because these Horizon games, they aren't meant to be like the ultimate hardcore realism games. It's meant to just sit down on the couch and drive a car. And that's sort of the goal. And thanks, Bubble Trouble, for subscribing. But yeah, so for example, my brother-in-law, Robert, I have a spare copy of Forza Horizon 3. So I think one thing that's going to happen is I finally got my old Xbox One back from one of my friends who was borrowing it for the better part of a year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that Xbox to my brother-in-law along with my spare copy of Forza Horizon, and I could just see myself and him just cruising around. But yeah, Brad, RJA just released a new album about a month ago, I think. It's actually a pretty fun album. There's a few songs I really like in it. Wow, I just hit that wall hard. I'm doing even worse this race, though. Ay, ay, ay. Whoa! Okay. Third time's the charm, guys. Third time's the charm. Restart event. Let's give this a go. Time spent in first place, 3 minutes. Okay. Third time's charm, guys. Third time's charm. I like the reflections, though. Forza games, they do a good job with reflections. So let's make the passes. I just find it weird that in this demo they didn't allow us to try this with a faster car, because it just seems like it is balanced in favor of the faster cars, I guess. But hey, it works. That's what matters. Get shoved into the bushes. Here's our chance. Get the run. We're in third. Past Darren for second. And now Team Crash. Slide job for the lead. Yeah, Key, I could definitely agree with that. Forza Motorsport 7 was decent improvement over Forza Motorsport 6, though. Forza Motorsport 6 was very disappointing. Forza 7, I felt there were improvements to the physics and force feedback, but still, it wasn't as good as I would have hoped. I think it could have been a lot better. But it was going in the right direction. I think force feedback really, it knocked Forza down a couple steps. And I just hit a wall. Whoops. Avoid that tree now. Okay, we need to make sure we get this turn right. That's where we made a mistake the first race. Get that slide out, though. That is a Mercedes with a camper on top. Okay. Whoa! Oh my gosh. The particle effects in this are... they're pretty darn good. I'm gonna say that. So, Todd, you tried with the wheel earlier today. Definite improvement over Horizon 3. Yeah, one of the things that was frustrating with Horizon 3 for me was the chattering. The wheel would... I mainly tested with the Fanatic CSL wheel, and it would chatter a lot driving in Forza. Forza was the main title where it would actually chatter to the point where it was really, really noticeable. But yeah, other titles on the Xbox were a little better in regards to feeling. But yeah, Wasted White Boy, this game looks great. It really does. And I was a little nitpicky about saturation and stuff, but I think it still looks pretty good.
Just to let you know, there's another round 1 dirt race starting soon if you fancy it. See you there.
So next road race.
And me and Jay have just finished setting up a new danger sign. You should check it out if you fancy some thrills along the way.
Okay. So I want to check something. I'm going to go to the Horizon Festival. If it allows me to. Or let's see. I go into here. Cars. Tuning setups, vinyl groups. Feature currently locked. So, looks like some things are still locked up. Yes, Todd, I'm going to be trying with a wheel soon. It just is not working with my open sim wheel or my pedals. That's why I'm not using it right now. So, looks like we need to turn right. So yeah, it's currently just not working with my setup. So I'll take a look at it later. The sounds are actually, they sound pretty good. Let's see if I can turn off the radio. Yeah. Decent depth to it. Decent atmosphere. You hear the warbling of the sound. Game is free if you have Game Pass. I need to look into Game Pass sometime, but I believe I might talk with my contacts at Forza and see if I could get this for free, maybe. We'll see what happens. Gamer Muscle has same problems with pedals in OSW. Yeah, I have a couple theories on what might be the problem, at least for the Heusinkveld pedals, but beyond that, I'm not sure. So I guess we can't do car select or anything like that. So let's check out this danger sign. Looks like it's a jump rating from the stars and awards because it says it's measured by distance. So we go this way. Yeah, let's just listen to the sound right now. Stony Baloney almost passing me into Noble before just turning. Creative Sound Blaster cards that creates crackling. Yeah, I do have a Sound Blaster card in my system, but I'm not using it. I'm running the sounds through my Focusrite audio box, which I use for my streaming. So, yeah, it's working okay right now. Okay, danger sign.
You have arrived at your destination.
I believe I can fly. I believe I can... Never mind.
These were boarded up to mark potential hazards. Then me and Alex went around and put whacking great flags on all of them. Voila, a danger sign is born. So long as you survive, they'll probably let us build more.
Well, there goes the wing. But yeah, one of the annoying things is my audio box, my Focusrite Scarlet box. Sometimes I get crackling in certain titles like Assetto Corsa. I'll get some crackling at times. I need to figure out if it's a driver issue or something like that.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
Whoops. Okay, that's one wall that didn't break. So I guess that stonemason is going to get a raise. But yeah, I mean, this is not an easy driving game. It's not like Ridge Race or anything. It definitely requires some driving knowledge and competency, so keep that in mind as I just murder that Mitsubishi. So let's jump in for this event. You have to do the next race in order to be able to choose cars. That's just after you finish the demo. Thank you. Yeah, David, I highly recommend building your own PC. This is the main reason I recommend building a PC, though, because of the warranties. If you buy a pre-built PC, that means you are basically tied to maybe a 1-year or 2-year, if you're lucky, warranty. With a lot of PC components, you get a 5-year warranty on some of the components. And also there are some graphics cards, like I believe from XFX, that are a limited lifetime warranty for the card. So with that, I'd say with the perks of extended warranties, also with building a computer, you gain knowledge on how to diagnose issues. Those diagnosing of issues, it's an invaluable skill. For example, I've had issues with graphics cards, and before it was just simply, it wasn't seated properly in the computer. If I had no clue what I was doing, I would have taken it to a shop, and it's like, oh, pay 70 bucks to just press down on a graphics card. Really? It's that kind of stuff. The casual sim racer, there is support for wheels, but as I mentioned in the description of the video, this is not working with my open sim wheel or my high-end pedal set. That is why I am using a gamepad right now. That is why. But from what I've been hearing from certain racers, like in the chat, it is something where you can actually have it where you can... Alright, the force feedback is a little better. Like, that's why I've been hearing the common consensus. Force feedback's a little better than Horizon 3, which is really a plus. The game looks like a lot of fun. That's because it is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I'm enjoying just being able to rewind, beat and bang with other cars, and yeah. So, Lodge of Force, yes, that is the case, where it should be free, and for small mom and pop stores, it is free. Like, they will be free, because sometimes the mom and pop stores, they are okay with that, but there are other bigger chain stores where they won't even open the computer for like 50 or 70 bucks. They call that the diagnostics fee, and that just, it grinds my gears. That idea just grinds my gears, where it's like, we're not even gonna take a look at the computer until you pay me $50 to $100. It's like, you're kidding me, right? And sometimes I have done computer service for friends. For example, I do have this elderly couple from my old church, and they are not the most computer literate. And I've had to do things like help offload their stuff onto an external hard drive, or help consolidate their stuff and do computer hard drive management. And one time they called me freaking out saying, the display's not working, the display's not working. And I'm like, okay, I'll be over in a half hour. So I go there, and what the issue was their computer got, or actually their monitor was unplugged. That was their only issue. And it's tough because for someone like me, I'm like, duh, that's a no-brainer. Check if the monitor's plugged in. But for someone like them, like they're an elderly couple, they're late 70s. They would not know that off the top of their head. They would not know it's like, check if the monitor's plugged in. So yeah, I drove hour round trip to basically just plug in their monitor. And are you kidding me? Those were chickens. Those were chickens on the track. Those are chickens. Oh my gosh. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Chickens in the middle of the road. Those are just the funny moments that, like the little touches that just make this game. It just adds that little bit more atmosphere, and yeah, that just is fun. It's absurd, but it's so funny. But yeah, that's why I recommend building your own computer. You learn what works and what doesn't. You learn what works. Multiple inputs? Yes, it works. Yes, multiple inputs work. I got the game to recognize my open sim wheel and my pedals, but it just, for some reason, it wasn't fully recognizing it. I wasn't getting any force feedback through my open sim wheel. I wasn't getting full range with my pedal set. So I'm guessing one thing I might need to do is look up and see how exactly I could get this game to recognize the full range of my pedals and see if there is a way to possibly get my open sim wheels force feedback to work. Don't hit the wall. Get the good drive off. Little fence. Yeah, I was a little on the slower side, but it works. Oh! That was close. So yeah, third-party software. I heard about that. I'll need to look into it sometime.
Flick the back end out, ride the handbrake all the way through the flags. This is what I live for.
You have arrived at your destination.
David, probably have more knowledge than me. Would an AMD Ryzen 5 1600 with 8 GB of RAM and a 1050 GPU, 8 GB, I would feel very, very nervous about. Because actually, if you check out the YouTube channel Linus Tech Tips, check out Linus Tech Tips. He did a great video asking the question, is 8 GB of RAM enough? And I'd say for a lot of purposes, I would not recommend 8 GB. For maybe light browsing and very light gaming, but nowadays we are seeing that 16 GB is closer to the minimum. That's more of what I would recommend. And the 1050 would be marginal. I'd say medium to medium high. So medium to medium high. I'd say go with a 6 GB 1060. Like 6 GB 1060. And that would be better, I think. That would be a better solution in my opinion. And yeah, so there's that. So 1060, I'd say, is the minimum for gaming at high on 1080p. Gaming at high. So that's my thought on it. Let's go with this old charger. Old charger. I think that would be fun. Ooh. Okay, that's cool. So when you press the trigger in, you can actually see the throttle body move. The throttle body moves in correspondence with your throttle input. It's not true one-to-one, I see, because I'm at half throttle and throttle body's full open, but that's pretty cool. Or the intake. It's those small touches, and I know, like, older Forza Motorsport titles, some of those touches were inaccurate and stuff, but still, it's a cool touch. Let's go to exterior sound. Sound feels a little muffled in my opinion, but I would have liked to hear like a more brutal, visceral sound personally. Whee! Tree trailblazing. But yeah, I'm enjoying this game. It's a lot of fun so far. I think this demo's doing a good job. It's making me want more. It's making me want more cars, more exploration, more races. And I think that's ultimately the goal of a demo. So I think that works. David, personally, I do not recommend mixing and matching sticks of RAM. I recommend having two of the same brand and model. 8 and 4, that might work, but yeah, 12 I think is kind of pushing it. 12 is kind of pushing, because the thing is, those minimum requirements, those minimum requirements and recommended requirements. What just happened? Oh, only a limited section of the world's available. Okay. So, continuing on what I was saying. So, with lower RAM, you'll need to make sure you close programs, or at least suspend them. Suspend or close programs before launching games. Because, for example, sometimes when I've played games, I keep Windows tabs open, and it's not the smartest thing to do, or leave tabs open in Chrome. For example, I have my live dashboard right on my left monitor, and I have other tabs open, and those take up RAM. A YouTube tab could take up as much as over a gigabyte of RAM. So you have to keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, and it's a little sketchy at times. Beauty spot. Like this. My beauty spot.
Ah, the Uffington White Horse. This thing's incredible. The first prehistoric display of horsepower.
That was a bad pun. That was a bad pun. Even by my standards, that was a bad pun. But yeah, I need to upgrade possibly to 32 gigs in my system. Because when I'm doing video editing and stuff, I think I'm starting to really cap off my limit. My rig tour. Well, it's a tricky situation because I have multiple setups, so it would be more like a studio tour. More like a studio tour, I think. And yeah, so have to figure out logistics and everything. How big is the download? The download is, I believe, 24 gigabytes. The download, I believe, is roughly 24 gigabytes. Let's see if there are any events around here that we haven't driven yet. That is a drift zone we've done. Speed trap. Zoom out, zoom in. We're all the way out. Let's go out here and see how this looks.
100 yards.
Whoa! So let's see what I was like. Yeah, so I want to do a studio tour, but at the same time, I'm getting a couple more rigs next week. I'm getting a couple more rigs in the next couple weeks that I also want to show off. Actually, I'm getting a rig from Visaro. I'm getting a rig from Visaro, guys. That'll be a lot of fun to test out. I'm getting one of their Visaro, I believe it's their Gamer Series cockpit. So I'm getting that, and I am going to be trying that out for a little while. So that should be a lot of fun. I am also getting the GT1 Evo from SimLab, hopefully next week. So yeah, I am going to be testing out and giving my impressions on those rigs, which should be a lot of fun. So yeah, I might wait to do the studio tour until that. And also one of the things is I have two studios. This is my main studio where I do the majority of my live streaming. Then I have what I call my bedroom studio, which I'm still working on. That's still relatively a work in progress. So that studio is a little more for my console gameplay and stuff. So that's where I did my live streams of F1 2018 in my bedroom. And I totally missed that speed zone. But yeah, so I have that studio. So I need to do some revamping in that. So yeah, I'll figure that out. I have not gotten a blue screen yet. I had one crash during the middle of this stream when I was trying to launch this game, but I have not gotten a blue screen. So someone was mentioning the quarry. So I am going to wrap up this stream in about 15 minutes, guys. In about 15 minutes, I need to wrap up this stream. If you remember my friend slash roommate Brian, he has a concert tonight. So he has a concert with my other, like one of my other close friends, AJ. So I'm going to watch them perform. So yeah, that'll be a lot of fun. And should be cool to just have a live, hang out a bit, and yeah. So yeah, but so far, relative closing-ish thoughts on this game. This runs so much better than Forza Horizon 3's full version. When I was initially testing the full version of Forza Horizon 3 on the PC, I was getting weird stutters, I was getting crashes, that sort of stuff. So even in this demo form, this is pretty darn cool. And Simpit Sean. Hey Sean, how's it going? Little rub. But yeah, so this is running stable. It's running at a very stable 60 frames per second with my GTX 1080 at 1080p at ultra settings. This is ultra settings, so I'm enjoying this. This is a lot of fun. Logiforce, you have a good night, man. Phil Moon. Yeah, I'm not going to fit a bathroom in my room. It's funny, though, because I have to walk across my house to get to my bathroom. It's funny. I've actually measured it with my Fitbit. It's like 70 steps to get to my bathroom. Like, or not 70 steps, maybe like 60 steps. But still, it's a decent amount of steps to get to my bathroom, which can be feel longer at times, I'll put it that way. Nikolai Raptor, did you download the latest not Logitech, but the latest drivers, maybe firmwares for your components? Because sometimes firmwares need to be updated. That's one thing I've noticed at times that people tend to neglect to do. They don't they don't update the firmware for their motherboard or their CPU. They just keep it the same, which isn't really the smartest. So this is the quarry. We'll turn off that. And we'll just, yeah. But yeah, for example, I have my first generation Ryzen chip in my Black Beauty system. So if you guys remember, I have two computers. Right now, this is running on my Stormtrooper, as I call it, my white and black computer. And it works well. It works well. It's my Intel i7 build. Right now, my GTX 1080 is in it. And then my Ryzen system, I have the GTX 970 in it. And first generation Ryzen was horrible, like when it came to overclocking and system stability. Now it's actually ironed out pretty well. It's pretty stable. I can get a decent overclock on it. I think I have it overclocked to maybe 4 gigahertz. But yeah, that detail in the mud, that was mind-blowing. So let's try this out. Conveyor belt. Okay. Whoa! That jump, though. So we're going to jump to the mud right now. Let's see how this feels. Oh, just missed the mud. But yeah, that trail in the mud. That looks pretty awesome if I say so myself. So the other mud, it did go away, unfortunately. Let's see how long it lasts. So, yeah, we're pretty deep in. It would be funny if you get stuck, actually, though. But it looks like it's not that realistic where you can get stuck in the mud. Do a burnout in mud. Cross the streams. Slideways. The mud physics are pretty good. It would be funny if you could like set up cones and do like a mud rallycross style event. Yeah, you can just see. Actually, the mud textures are staying in pretty well, all things considered. Control the slide. And you can see when you're actually sliding, the mud tracks get deeper, so that's a cool touch. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying this. This is decent fun. So we are driving out, and my guess is when we turn around, some of these will have disappeared. Yep, that is correct. So the mud disappears. So I guess it's similar to ambient occlusion. But yeah, so far, my thoughts on Forza Horizon 4 from the demo? Lots and lots of fun. I need to test it out with a wheel, though. Test it out, see how it performs. But so far, with a gamepad, it is a lot of fun. And decent variety. Feels a little more engaging than the Australia scenery in Forza Horizon 3. Because that was a little like boring in my opinion. But yeah, so yeah, this feels a little more exciting, a little more fun than Horizon 3 so far. I'd say the redeeming quality for Horizon 3 was the actual Hot Wheels DLC. That was, I think, what really saved Horizon 3. So interesting. You actually have to have momentum to break through this brick wall. Or stone wall, I should say. Or else you'll get stonewalled. Break through this, and we're in a field. I don't see any sheep, though. But yeah, so I'm enjoying this. And if you have Windows 10 again, I'd recommend you check this out. Because it's free. Why not? And you can have fun like this. But yeah, oh my gosh. That's my Christmas tree. I'm going to use that for my Christmas tree. And on that note, guys, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching this early preview. I'm having a lot of fun so far. and hopefully we get to see more as it gets closer to the release. So guys, thanks for watching, and I hopefully will be doing some sort of streaming tomorrow. No promises though. My family, or my sister and brother-in-law, are visiting for the weekend, so I'll see if I can find time to stream something. Maybe there might be a pass for Competizione. I'm hoping. We'll see how it is. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. For the Sim Racing Paddock, I'm William Marsh, and you have a good one.